Oh, it's so warm. It's so warm. I don't like it. Somebody turn off the sun, please. Make it go away. Make it go away. Make the sunshine go away. Oh. Oh, geez. Crikey. Oh, it is. Dear Dune. Hello, hello. Hello. Hello, Dune. And hello to Ace. It's warm. I don't like it. It's warm. It's drink. Please drink something. Because that's what we gotta do. We gotta drink stuff. Fluids. Don't be dehydrated. Dehydrated is bad. Cragord, I don't need to teach you how to Dougie dear Dougie, because you Dougie know how to Dougie Dougie. Right. Okay. Let me just do a bit more spam. The spam in places, because spamming in places is the spamming of the spammings. Spammings. Where's that Twitter? Where did I put it? Twitter. Because I was away from my desk and I forgot to do things. Live. So live now on that there at YouTube. Doing things to at Prusa 3D printers that probably shouldn't be done. And then hashtag PrusABlok, because that's my hashtag now. Haha, hashtag PrintABlok. And then let's attach the image, and then if you all would be so kind, we could do some shares. And then let me just tag Ace Gang. And then maybe that's you. No, I'll just tag Tommy and Ace, and then we're good. Then we are good. Right. Where? I will be with it in a moment. That's it. So, the title of this episode is Wait Till I Take a Picture of What I've Been Stuck on Printing Later. I have made 2 different color TPU covers for my phone and 9 different color inserts to go into that TPU. If you are printing a PrusABlok phone case, please do share it with me, because I could do with one. Right. That'd be great. I know what I'm doing. I know how to talk. What did we do last? Who can remember? It's not homework, it's not a quiz. It's just me stalling for time while I take a drink. Oh, I didn't do the thing. Now I've done the thing. Go live on Twitch too, because Twitch is funny. Twitch is funny. Although I didn't rename the stream. Create a dashboard, stream manager. That one. And then done. Boom. Right. Yeah. So you're right. That is what I did last time. We did. I'm not fashionably late, Ace. Gosh darn. So on the last one, I finally assembled an X-axis. And I went silly, and I stayed live too long, as we all know, because we saw my demise happening. We got to part 30, when, where is it? We should have stopped at 26. We got to part 29. We got to part 30. We should have stopped at 26. We got to part 30, where we mounted the X-axis, and then I had to disassemble it and reassemble it several times because there were screws that were not lining up. So that happened. And it was horrible. And it just proves that Prusa know what they're talking about when it comes to the stuff, as to when and where to stop. So, I guess we carry on, right? Ooh, got a new hot end for the H2S yesterday. Got an amazing 55 cubed flow rate out of it. Dang. That seems fast. Although I know nothing about speed, but the big number's big, right? Big number better? Is it big number better? You know things about about Bamboo Ace. Although you've got an A1 and an A1 Mini. Is it an A1 and a Mini? Or just an A1? No, you've got an A1. Is 55 cubic millimeters a second good? Because you do the you do the stuff with the words. You do science. I don't. I'm a bumbling buffoon. Yes, see? See, I'm a buffoon. I'm a buffoon. So there we go. Doot 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 doot. Oh. Yeah. So, oh wait. Oh, did I go too far? I'm not sure what's good for speed. I normally print slow. Same. I'd rather have a print finish than having to print it twice. Right. Even on my Core XYs. Yeah. So, have I... Do you want to know what's funny? I've not actually touched the desk since last Thursday. I've not been in the garage for a week. So if I was to do that for the brief moment, you can still see everything's still here. Even the light that I was trying to use to see the screw holes, everything is where I left it. So if I move the keyboard, look, the Allen keys are still here. I've done nothing. I've achieved. Well, I printed a ghost, but that's about it. It's a pen holder. But yeah, I've achieved nothing. My video dropping Friday highlights a print I did at 50% speed. Yeah, because you agree that it's better to print it once than to have to print it 1.5 times at twice the speed. So what are you seeing? So what you're saying is you are being lazy. No, I'm not being lazy. I'm being efficient with my energy expenditure. Although the downside is, because I've not tidied the desk, I don't know where anything is, apart from, oh look, a Revo nozzle. A 0.25, because I've got to do some small things. But yeah. I'm not lazy, Doug. It's called being efficient. You should know this. You're a Doug too. Doug too? You're also a Doug. You're an also Doug. Right. Plastic. Welcome to the inability to focus 2 hours, where you watch a Doug not focus for 2 hours. Because, yes. Viduko, good morning to you, sir. How are you doing? Oh, yeah, it's breakfast. Hey, guys, what's for breakfast? I need to know. I need some inspiration. So we need 1 texture sleeve, 1 screw to go back in its pot, an Allen key to go back where it lives, a plastic cover and a zip tie. And I still like the whole chopper hole in the middle. Diet Pepsi is my breakfast. I know Diet Pepsi is your breakfast, but I'm waiting for you to have, like, something crazy. Cut the hole in the middle. I still love that, because then they don't fall out. Right. So, yeah. Fun times. I was going to say a sentence, and it just vanished. What was the sentence? Oh, I'm not counting on it. However, I may end up with a phone call during the stream. If I do, then I'll have to make it up to you on Thursday by doing an even longer stream than I normally would. That's if I get a phone call. It's out of my control if it does happen. However, it's important. So if it does happen, then yeah, I apologize, and I'll do a longer stream on Thursday. Are we okay with that? Dude, Prime Day started in the US. Overture has the filament I want for only $11 a kilo. Then get the filament that you want for $11 a kilo. Do it. I'm not a bad influence. So let me just grab the thing from where it is. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Thank you, June. Already in the car. Yeah, thank you for being okay with that, because important phone calls are important. I mean, you're important. I'm not saying you're any less important than this phone call that may or may not happen, but hey, bonus extra length stream on Thursday. Which, yeah, right, back to it. I still love how it just blinks in. That thing. Right. We are adjusting the camera. Honestly, I do have half a clue as to what I'm doing, but I am just vibrating all over the place because I cannot, for the life of me, there. Right. Right. I will stop saying right at some point. My U1 is bad. Influence eats a lot of my filament. See, I want a tool changer. When are you guys going to give me a tool changer? Or a filament path changer? Wrap the textile sleeve around the X motor cable. Secure the textile sleeve with the zip tie a few millimeters from the end. Do not over tighten the zip tie as you may damage the cable. Cut the remaining parts of the zip tie using the pliers as close to its head as possible. Wrap the entire textile sleeve around the X-axis motor cable and guide it into the extrusion. So you want me to do that, and then that, and then that. Okay. Dude, tool changers are so nice. I know. I don't have one yet. I'm waiting until I can steal a C1 from Construct 3D or the C2 or whatever it is with the tool changer option. I'm waiting for it to exist so I can steal it. My U1 is now my dominant printer. I can imagine it. Right, why am I struggling doing it there? Let's see if I can thread it from the base. Actually, didn't somebody make a PrusABlok.com? Didn't somebody make a Prusa cable sleeve. Cable insert sleeve for Prusa. Yeah. Yeah, why am I struggling? I'm just going to print one of these. For cables from the hot end, for cables from the heating bed. Yeah, I'm just going to print this. Let's do download. Let us see how quickly we can print this on a C1. And then I do this. Ha ha! Oh my days. Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm back. Wow. Oh, geez. Right. Did I try and do too much at once? Did I try and do too much? Hello. Hello. Oh, I'm back. Oh, okay. PC. Yep. PC's cooked. I mean, task manager. I need to do this now. CPU 100%. Okay, performance. Does it tell me how hot it is? No, I'm at 100% CPU. Oh wait, let's do that again. 100% CPU. But it's not telling me the temperatures. So, I don't know. GPU is basically at nothing. Oh, GPU's at 47 degrees. So we're good. We're fine. We're fine. Kickstart to get Dreams a new rig for streaming. 4th Gen i7 1050 Ti. It seems to be fine. Oh, there's 13 of you now. Hello. This is fun. So, people over here, sorry, people over here. Hello, I'm Dreams Void. Typically, I'm building 3D printers out of a 3D printed construction toy called PrusABlok. I am, at the moment, building a Prusa Mini. If you click onto somewhere, wherever it is, oh, they've gone. All of them are gone. If you click onto wherever it is, you can join the regular stream and actually see it being done properly. At least that's the theory. I need to end this stream over here. So, bye-bye, Verticals. Thank you for helping. Okay, right. There we go. Back to this, and where I was loading up Orca Slicer, and I was about to print out a cable guide-y thing to help us put in the wires because I'm just going to print that because I can't be bothered. And then I can also bring back up the whole y-axis, x-axis piece. So let's get this one back up and get edge recaptured. Boom. There we go. Edge is back. Nothing but dramas on this one. Also, hi Josh. How you doing? How you doing, Josh? Use your words, Doug. I know it's hard, but you can do it. I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to use words. The thing that I was just saying before the computer crashed is to print the cable insert tool. But I need to find Orca Slicer because I'm currently using the Harrier Pigeon build of Orca Slicer that's got belt printing enabled, but I guess I'm just going to have to do it on the 2.3.1 version. At which point, let's do Slicer Preview, Window Capture, and then once it, yeah, the computer's under the weather because the weather is completely overbearing. Once Orca Slicer loads up, I will change scenes so that we can see it. Window capture. Window capture. Orca Slicer. Transition. And then it's not full screen. Why would you be full screen? Slicer. Slicer. Oh, that one. There we are. Create new project. And then we need the cable inserts, and then we'll get these printing while we skip to the next step. Multiple parts, no, and then open that. I'm good at this, honest. I know exactly what I'm doing. 2.4 is mainline now. Is it? I didn't know that. I did not know. Why is Cura opening? Go away, Cura. I don't use you. Go away, Cura. Right, apparently 10 minutes. So we'll get that printed. At which point, again, we'll just skip forward to the next step. Well, in the meantime, we will skip forward to the next step. So let us not be bumbling buffoons for too much longer. Bumbling buffoons. We were on connecting the x-axis motor. Oh, honestly, this is... The weather just brings out the worst in me. Like, I do not like warm weather by any stretch of the imagination. I don't know how y'all tolerate the heat, but it is not for me. Like, I don't do it. I can't do it. Did you not see any of that Orca Slicer stuff? Because it should have come through for you. Please tell me if you didn't see it, because I need to know. Right. Eventually I'll stop saying right. And I'll be able to talk properly. Bringing back the whole thing. Put the motor into the X, and X is this one over here. So we've got the X cable. So yeah, we're just gonna skip ahead while that cable tool prints and start trying to do some tensioning. At which point that's the motor is now plugged into the X slot, and motion sickness. Let's get U to balance there. Or not. It's fine, honestly. So we need to move the X carriage all the way to the Z carriage. Using a finger on your left hand, push the belt down in the center of the X. Some force should be needed for bending the belt, but do not try to overstretch the belt as you might damage the printer. Adjust it by releasing or tightening both screws on the X. So we need some flex but no flex. Release the screws. Bring the X closer to the end of the rods, thus decreasing the overall tension. Tighten the screws. X will move apart. So, I mean, that's kind of. It's not ridiculous, but it's kind of. So I guess tighten it. And then we go to belt tension check. Prusa.io /belt-tuner. Prusa.io/belt-tuner. We've got Prusa Mini. We've got the X belt. Tap to enable microphone and allow. Really? I guess. All right, so let's trust that. So we need it to be where? No, it just needs to be. The app was tested on multiple phones, should work across most common phones. Okay, well, let's give this a try because I've never tried this before. Oh, you can't actually see. Either way, it's currently saying about 81. So I have no idea how this is actually going to work. Cura slicer in 2026. It was an accident. I didn't mean to open Cura. And the Cadoodle uses Cura, so see now. This is really tedious work. Like, when I say tedious, I mean the whole using an app. It seems fine, but it's not. If you shake it more than once, you're playing with yourself. Yes, I know, right? And I'm just moving it around, and I say moving it around, it's picking up everything. and it varies so much. Like sometimes it will say, oh, 128, it's too tight. 100, it's too loose. So I'm going to go with my gut and say, for the time being, that's fine. Securing the X end. Look at the X axis. Align the X end parallel to the smooth rods. Twisting parts. Do not use too much force. It may damage. Well, that's checking Ace Gang Hub. Kira's still around? Yeah, Kira's still around. They do still use Kira. So let's have a look. How straight are we? You don't have to answer that. That looks relatively straight to me because it's on about being twisted. That is not twisted. That's not twisted. Securing the X end, well, I gotta dust off the Simplify 3D. Do it. Better for printers that no longer update like my modified Ender 3. So again, as I said, the Cadoodle has a Cura profile, but it doesn't have a profile for Prusa Slicer or Orca Slicer, and I really wish it did. It would be absolutely fantastic if it did, but nope. Tighten the X screws. Okay. And now we are onto the extruder. We'll get one made for you, Duggar. I wish there was a script where we could just convert, hey, keep up the good stream. I gotta head off to work. Good luck. Thank you, Ace. Again, you didn't have to turn up, but I appreciate that you did. Any feedback is appreciated. And if you wanted to like it. Maybe it does something, maybe it doesn't. We'll find out. This has been a stream, a start of a stream. Like, this has been ridiculous. The computer crashing? You can't write this stuff. Well, you can, but you can't. Sorry. Speaking of not being able to write stuff, I'm struggling to write a video. I'm just going to be out up front trying to write a video on RoboPad, like little controller board that you can build weight combat robots out of. Trying to figure out how to do it, and I just don't. So, scripting. I don't know if it's something I can do yet. If you want to see a video on a controller board for an weight combat robot, let me know the kind of stuff that you want to see in it. Because that way I can make the stuff that you guys want to watch. And then we'll figure it out from there. Okay. Get the stuff for the extruder. So we go to the box of the motors. I think this is the motor box. And there is one. And that motor just happens to be the extruder, as I almost drop it. And then we go to the bag of the bits for the extruder. And we get out the motor pinion, which is teeny tiny, barely visible, but there it is. Now let's figure out the next step. We want a gap of 1.5 millimeters. So use the 1.5mm Allen wrench. Okay. One of these Allen wrenches is 1.5mm. Oh, I didn't do intro music today. There's your intro music. Nope, wrong one. Is it that one? Nope. That one? Yes. Zoom and enhance. Zoom and enhance. Zoom and enhance. There you go. I zoomed and enhanced, folks. Wow, Polymaker has HDPLA on Prime Day sale. If you need HDPLA, get it. You can't. Polymaker makes some good filament. They provided the filament for the printer-block printer, the big printer-block printer, and I had no issues with it. So it's all good. I like their stuff. So we're taking the Allen key, we're finding the gap, and we are jamming it in there because that's what the instructions tell us to do. And then we are then not able to use the Allen key to then tighten it because it also uses 1.5mm to do that. And now that gap, oh no, it's not too big. Okay. Put the Allen key on. Boom. Sorted. I think. Is there only the one screw on there? There's only one screw on the extruder gear. Right. Be careful not to strip the screw. Okay, well I didn't strip the screw. Prepare. Please prepare mini extruder front, which is this one. M3 nut N and 1/665 2Z bearing. Are these labeled? Yes, it is. Bearing, and then get the screw pack. Extruder mini. Regular nuts. Oh wait. We need 1, 2, 3 nuts. PC Book Build series. PC Book Build series. You want me to build a computer? Or make a computer in a printer block case? Huh. Lol block. PC block. Computer block. I would happily put a computer into a printer block case. If that is something that you would like me to do, let me know and I will find components to build. Like, where is it? I have got here, right? This here is a Zotac Mini ITX computer with an inbuilt GTX 9300 GPU with a Core, I think it's a Core 2 quad. Let's see if I can take the CPU fan off. Let's have a look. Is that going to come off easily? Oh, it's got the thermal goop on it. But I think this is a Core 2 quad CPU, and then PCCN. It is 4 gigabytes of DDR2 memory. I can build a case around this. I can do a PrusABlok case around that computer as like a retro station or something like that. Q6600. No, well, yeah, the CPU I think is a Q6600. It's a good CPU, or at least it was. It's a bit past its prime at this point. Original Prusa Core 1 Core XY 3D printer, 1316 on Prime Day sale. Oh, sorry, Core 1 Plus. Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? That would be, if I had $1,300 US, I would be getting one. Place the extruder mini front as is, take the 3 square nuts and use the screw pulling technique. $200 off. Yeah. And Verdugo, if you think that would be a fun idea, we can do it. We can make a PrusABlok PC case. Although, having said that, there is currently a competition on printables that I really want to be doing, which is the spinning tops. Because I did make a spinning top, but I never made the launcher. And making the launcher is the thing that I struggle with at the moment. Okay. So they are in. Let's see if I can squish them a bit further down with something. Oh, it's the screw pulling technique. So let's just grab this screw here. This fan that I printed is doing nothing. Because it's now to the point in the day where the front of my house is south facing and the sun is now making its way around. Yep, delightful. How are you coping in that there place where you live, Dune, with the heat? Is it being kind to you, or is it just being really, really rather rude? So that's 2. And then the last one over here, it's just hot. Yeah, it is just hot. It's just rude. The heat is just rude. It exists. It shouldn't be. I know we need heat for stuff, but at the same time, I'd rather not. Nice, so that's in place. It's like 26 outside at 8 in the morning, yeah. But then, Cragod, we're not used to heat. You're in Texas, mate. You get heat from just looking at the sun, from just existing. That's what you got for signing up to be living in Texas. Place on the front, like the pictures. Yeah, turn the part upside down and insert the bearing into the part. 34, high of 34 today. Do, like, 29 at the moment for me. Sorry, 30. It's 30 outside. I would prefer to be scuba diving right now. I would honestly rather be scuba diving than stood in heat. Because that's one of the things I do for fun. I like to scuba dive, it's great. I'm a BZAC sports diver at the moment. Okay, so for the following steps, please prepare extruder rear. 31C. Flipping out, dude. I can't. M3 nut N. So we need the nylock nut, we need the regular nut, we need another 625 ZZ bearing. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 things. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 things. Excuse me. Do you know what else we've got? A drink. One of you, one of you, one of you. Place that there, put that there. Yep. These instructions are great. I do enjoy them. At 1:55 p.m. The killer is the 60% humidity. Yeah. It is just humidity. Oh yeah, that's a screw. Yeah. It's the wrong thing to use. And that one's too short. Or is it? Let's find out. Or, better yet, that's in. Nobody saw that. Okay, next. We put the flippy flip. Put the bearing in. Squish. And then we get the nylock, which goes here. Make sure the bearing is aligned along the printed part. Okay, well, I'll take the multi-screw drive, multi-spanner thing, and there we go. I hate high humidity. Yes, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. It is currently 61%, which may not seem like a lot, but it's currently 61%. Right, yep, that's done. Okay. Take the idler. We need the other 625. We need a shaft. And we need the square nut. So, 1 shaft, 1 bearing, 1 square nut. Next, put the square nut in to the hole. Make sure to align the shaft with the surface of the bear. Right, that's in. That's all the way down to. What's next? What is next? We need that to be in there, and then we need the shaft down there. Okay. Is that it? Align the holes with the skewer bearing mate shaft and make sure the shaft is aligned with the surface of the printed part. Yeah. I just did that with one-handed without even realizing it. For the next steps, please prepare 5x15mm spring. Got a spring. It's everything else out of the bag at this point, isn't it? Let's just get the contents of the bag. Are we there yet? No, Herzl, we are not there yet. We are getting there eventually. And as to what there is, we are currently building the extruder assembly of the Prusa Mini. Yeah, we're building the extruder assembly at the moment, at which point we will then be able to work out, move our way onto the hot end. What you did miss, however, is my computer crashed while I was streaming. So I had to jump on to stream with my phone while I was waiting for it to come back. So that happened. So 1, 2, 3 of those. 1, 2. There's so many of these. So many of these. That and then that. M3 by 40, M3 by 25, M3 by 12. Got. Spring, PTFE tube, yep. Which is here. So, see, I did a sensible thing and joined after you sorted that out. Well, that's... Look. The stream's after lunch for you, so you get to put it on your computer and then just ignore work and watch this, because this is better than work. I need a piece of filament. Hey, PrusABlok printer, gimme. Thank you. Filament spur. That's a bit crooked. Right. Yep. And I've got the gear thing, which is here. What's next? Yes. Okay. So you take the extruder motor with its gear, and then you put this one onto it. No. No? Huh? Place the extruder motor, yes, and take this one and put it over the top. Really? Okay, if you say so. Let me just make sure that everything's still in shot. Yes, it is. See, I'm getting good at this. I'm not, by any stretch. And then take 2 of the M3 by 12s and put one there on one side and one on the other. And the motor cable needs to be coming out at the bottom right. Bottom left. Bottom left. See, here's the cable. It's over here. I know my left and right. Honest. Nope, wrong Allen key. And that goes down there. So, how are you today, Herzl? Are you having fun? Next, take the spur gear thing, put it on there. Or try and put it on the gear. And that's in place. Do I push it all the way down? Yeah, make sure the gear bit, Place the filament spur into the bearing with the longer part, and the jagged groove must face up. Well, that is facing upwards. Then make sure that both gears fit, rotate one to ensure that it's fully moving the second. Well, one's moving the other. I don't know how well you can see that, but one's moving the other. Next. Place the mini extruder rear onto the mini extruder front, see the orientation of both parts, make sure the cable is oriented the same way as pictured, secure together with 3 M3 by 25 screws. So take this bit and place it on there. Yep. And then 3 M3 by 25s. So 3 of you. And then the other 3 go away. So we get 1, 2, 3. Do I get a round of applause for counting? All right. Tough crowd. Tough crowd. No, that is the wrong screw hole. Nobody was going to tell me. Come on, guys. As far as I'm aware, I've not made any mistakes today apart from not rebooting my computer. And then, no, because you didn't do it like the count. Yeah, I suppose. Next time. Next. Squish. Or not. Go on. Thread. Yes. 1. 2 screws tightened. 3 screws being tightened. You happy now? Next! Insert the assembled mini extruder idler into the extruder. Align the holes on both parts. I aged myself fast with that, didn't I? I don't know. You're 40. You're not 40. Wait, what? Eh? Hello? Does it go there? Does it go there? Oh, it goes there. Does it go there? Does it go there? Does it go there? Well, it doesn't go over there. So I guess it goes over here? Yeah, makes sense. Right. Place the spring. Align both parts. Secure it with M3 by 25. One of these. But you've secure it from the underside. Huh. You got to poke its bum. Okay. Do not overturn it. Make sure the idler can move freely. Okay. I won't over tighten it. No, you don't, Cragord. I refuse. You're not. You're not. I refuse. No, I'm not even gonna entertain that by reading it out loud. That can move freely. We agree? It's like a finger. You went that way. You went that way. What am I doing? What am I doing? It does look like a finger, though. It's pointing. You saying he went that way? The heat's got him, folks. He's done for. Right, so now I take the big one and I take the spring. Yeah, and I put that on the spring. Yeah, and then what? Hold the extruder idler with your hand in a couple of months. No, 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 Viduko, you're not allowed. I refuse. Hold the extruder idler in your hand, insert and tighten the screw spring into. Stop when tightening the screw head is aligned with the edge of the plastic. Okay, so I take that, put it here. Done. And then it's coming to this part here. So you're trapping the finger in place. Why, oh why do people still use grid infill in this day and age? That is a good question. Because it's default. Like, I don't know any other reason why somebody would use grid other than it's the default. And then make sure that it aligns with the edge. Well, it's aligned. And then that makes it something like that. Okay. It's recommended to mark the distance of 2.5 centimeters from the end of the PTFE tube before insertion to the extruder. Both ends are symmetrical. Locate the hole for the PTFE tube on the side of the extruder assembly and insert to the marked end. Secure the tube with an M3x12. So you want me to go like that? Is that what you're telling me? So now you're making me measure things. That's 2.5. It's not. 0. No. 0. 2.5 centimeters. So that's what, 25 millimeters? 2.5. 24.94. 95. 25.1. Good enough. Do we agree? Good enough? Yeah? Yeah? Margin of error? From the end of the PTFE tube before inserting. There. Happy? Oh, why? What? I get it though. Because then you know it's inserted. See? It's in now. You can just about see the mark. Secure it in place with the M3x12. Okay. Yeah, so back to grid infill. It's just whatever the default is, and people just don't change it. Because I guess grid is seen as good enough. Although, personally, I go for cubic. I don't know why I go for cubic, but I do. So, prepare the following. This flappy thing. And these. Mini inspection door, M3x25 screws times 2. So we take the flappy thing and we put it there. This is me jumping ahead in instructions. Place the... So you want me to... Oh. Okay. So don't jump ahead in instructions. Going up. Going up. Something like that. And then hopefully, yeah, you can't see my belly. We're winning. And then I need to go to this camera so you can all watch me drop Allen keys on the floor. Transition. So we are taking the extruder, we are taking the flappy door, and we are taking the M3 by 25s. And then some way, shape or form, we go plonk, like that. And then it fastens in place magically. The brass fitting is in the top right. Yes, the brass fitting is in the top right. But what I think I'm going to do is whichever screws at the bottom first, because that one makes the most sense, because then I'll have two hands to try and do this nonsense up top. But why does that not feel... Never mind. It is right. So there's a screw that protrudes out the back, which goes into here because of the nylock nut. I don't know why they didn't just provide a shorter screw, but I guess they're reusing parts that they had to hand. So take the M3 by 25 and struggle your way. Bump the camera. So I'm going to drop it in the bottom left first, because that's the one that makes sense to me. And it's sticking out the base. And then we're getting it onto this screw hole here, as you get the screw hole stuck in your print. Gyroid and adaptive. See, gyroid, it all depends on... Gyroid is more of a structural thing to me than cubic, because it's a lot of wibbly wobbly back and forth nonsense that's going on there. So to me, if I was doing something structural, then yeah. Otherwise, cubic's nice big hollow empty spaces like lightning infill. You, camera, are still in the wrong spot. Go away. There we are. This top-down camera was in shot. So I would go with, I personally just pick cubic because cubic makes the most sense to me. Especially with, I mean, you get, and then you get adaptive cubic, which is the best of both worlds. So it'll thicken itself up when you've got like an overhang or something that it needs to support. There's that one. And that's always fun. Always fun, always useful. So I did... Do I have to print to hand? No. Why would I have to print to hand? I did this with cubic. These steins for 500ml cans. I did that with adaptive cubic. It made sense to do it that way, because it's mostly the walls on that that were holding it together. Right. That's done. Flappy door. Inspection door. Done. Oh. Eat the second row. X-axis finished. Well, I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. And how many parts have we got for the print head? 28. Gyroid for when it needs to handle weight, adaptive to look good and get done. Yeah. Yeah. Because adaptive cubic's got the speed. Speaking of speed, the cabley things, the cable guides for the sleeve that I skipped over earlier are done. So let's see about using those. So let me just unplug the X motor for a moment. Shake the camera too much, sorry. Come on. So let's go back to the instruction that was about the X motor wire. Securing the X end, belt tension, connecting the X-axis motor, guiding the X-axis motor cable. So what it says, I think, you put the cable in the hole. This is one where we could actually do with that shot. And then cable insert tool. So how do we use it? How do we use it? Details. It's very easy to use. Place the cable in the tool, observe the working direction, and then I guess you just put the tool in the thing, and then it slides down. That works. So let's put the cable in the tool. Cables into the tool. Nice. And then you put the cable tool into, when the camera focuses, into the thing. I think. Come on. Or is that going the wrong direction? Oops. Not quite. All right, let's go backwards then. Take the handle, take the thing. Yeah. That. I like that. That's a cool tool. It kind of works. Kind of. With me being the factor that's making it not work. That's cool. Right, X-axis label thing, go away. That's cool. Because the other option is you just fighting with it and doing the thing with the, oh, I like that. How can I get back to here? All right, come on. Come on, dog, you can work this out. Get your fumbling fingers into the thing. Yep. And then use your fumbling fingers to do the thing that you're supposed to do. Oh, these are cool. I like this. I'm all right. Today I decided to use solar power for air conditioning. Works quite well so far. Look, quit showing off with your solar panels. Or please keep showing off with your solar panels. I like that you've got them. I'm just jealous. Is it jealousy or envy? No, I'm envious. It's envy over your solar panels. See this? No, come on, Doug. Right. I'm getting annoyed because I'm getting warm. So now we're just buttoning up the rest of this chapter. How's it going? I'm guessing you're powering it just off solar? Or is it pulling from the grid too? Okay. Yep. That's in. It's in. It's in. It's in. Done it. because I'm still waiting for the regulations in the UK to allow balcony solar. They're investigating it at the moment. And then once it's got the approval, I will then see how much it will cost. I'm hoping not 50 bajillion pounds. Right. Step back from the motor a little bit. Take the zip tie and then tighten it. And then take the snipping snips and make sure that you cut it flat without cutting the cable. Then slide it back up. So that's that, and that's that. It will kill you all. I'd say it's pulling 90% from solar, so I'm feeding a little bit from the grid, but it was eager to try it after I'd installed it. You know what? Yes. So that gets... Really? So that goes on the back of the x-axis. On the back of the z-axis. Sorry. Supposed to be narrating what I'm doing. But at the same time, it's not very... It's more a... I'm trying to process what I'm being told to do. So put the thing in the thing. Yeah? Yeah? Get the clippy clip into the clippy clip place. You really want me to do that, but at the same time there's not a lot of room once you've got the sheath on it. The sheath. Of all the words that I choose to use when describing covering something up. Sheath. Right, I think that's on. And then the X motor gets plugged back in. Down here. Right. There we go. That is... Ooh. One XYZ. Except the one everything. That's all four motion things put into place. Ha ha! Right, so we've got an extruder with extruder assembly. I don't think I'm going to PrusABlokify that. Maybe I should. Maybe we should. I should. We should. Because it's your fault. So, yeah? What do we think? Let's do the review up to this point. Let's have a check-in, folks. Is everybody ready? Transition. Parts to PrusABlokify. We still agree. Front and rear plates. We're still doing that. 100% has to happen. The Y idler, potentially. Mini Z bottom, yes, has to. Mini Z top, yep, that's being PrusABlokified. Z carriage, potentially makes sense to do that. In which case, because the extruder assembly fastens to that. Yeah, so let's say extruder assembly. Let's do the extruder assembly, because why not? We can always review it later, and if it doesn't make sense, then we just don't do it. because, you know, the rules are we're here to have fun. Huh. All right. So what's coming up on Thursday? What will be coming up on Thursday's episode? We've got 18 pieces. Fan spacer clip parts prep. So all of the Allen wrenches, the hot end print fan parts preparation. Do I know where that is? Is it in this bag here? No, that's the screen. Is it in there? No. Have I lost the hot end? Print head and heat bed. We get a new box. We've got a new box. We've got a new box. Drink. A new box. Whoop. All the printed parts and fasteners needed for this chapter are included in the box. Yep. Hot end assembly, print fan. So in that case, let's tidy up before we move any further. And in that case, I'm going to ask you all, what have you printed? Anything that you care to share in recent weeks? Anything fun that maybe I can print too? Because I need something to print. I need something fun to print. As I tidy up a little bit and get rid of the rubbish into the box. Print PrusABlok ASA. No, PLA. Or maybe PETG. Because I have a lot of PETG, PLA, and honestly, PLA works. Like it's surprising how much you can do. I mean, maybe the hot end carriage. So let's find the hot end carriage in the box. Maybe the hot end carriage would be in something a bit more temperature resistant, like PETG, but that's about as far as I'd go, to be honest. Working on making a model for plaster for my... Ooh. Yeah? Sorry, I'll finish reading that. Working on making a mold for plaster for my wife slip casting, slip clay. Yeah? Heat bed. Where is the piece? So that's the... Oh. Yeah. And that's the spool holder. They've changed the spool holder since the ones that I've got. Oh, I'm not sure on that. Okay. Heatbed wires. And printed parts for the cover. Bloop. Bloop. My U1 is printing Guy Bear dragons for markets. Oh. My K1 is currently waiting a filament change. My Prusa Mini and Prusa Mini Plus are currently awaiting some M8 pneumatic connectors. I've got them on order. They are currently clearing customs. So then I will be able to put new PTFE tube on my Prusa Mini and my Prusa Mini Plus, because I printed far too much on them and I actually wore out the filament, the Bowden tube. As you saw earlier, the C1 printed out those guide things, which work. Maybe I'm just a bit silly and can't work it out properly, but yeah. After which they will be printing some tokens. Do I have one to hand? So it's just like a poker chip, so similar to maker chips, but it's got just numbers on it. My father-in-law asked for some a little bit ago, and I didn't have a 0.25 Revo nozzle, so now I've got one. I can do those and get the detail for the numbering on them properly, which will be fun. And outside of that, I'm not sure. It's just, where is it? I need to print some more. I was asked to print some fidgets, and I've lost the bag of fidgets that I did have printed, but I've still got a bunch more to do. So some of that NASA fabric and some herringbone gears, because they're fun to fiddle with. Yeah. And I think that'll do for now in terms of tidying the desk, because it's a bit better. It's a bit better. I can actually see all the tools that I need. Put you back on there because, hey, I care. And speaking of caring, you guys care. You guys are cool. Like, if you are enjoying the build series so far. Oh, my other half asked for a tablet stand, so that is on the bed right now. Yeah, tablet stands are great. I had to print a VESA adapter to hold a tablet. So then I could have, I've left the tablet in the house at the moment. So then I can have chat on there. So then I can actually see a bit more consistently. Because at the moment I'm having to sneak a peek around the Prusa Mini because it's just in front of me and in the way. But it is what it is, and I hate that expression, and I'm going to never stop hating that expression. Right. Tools needed for this chapter. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. If you know somebody who you think might enjoy a bumbling British fool, feel free to share on whatever methodology that you wish to share. If you know somebody with a carrier pigeon that will deliver messages, please let me know, because I want to see that. IPOAC is such a fantastic specification that needs to be put into place. IP over avian character. Over avian carrier. Is one of my favorite RFCs that they did produce. All right, T10, 1.5. I think 2, 2.5, and 3. And then we've got the spannery spanner and the needle nose pliers. Don't need the bed cables yet. Don't need the heated bed yet. I think I am going to upgrade this to a Revo, because I do prefer Revo. Yes, they're fragile, but at the same time, they are just a lot nicer and a lot more, I don't know how to say it. It's just a bit more pleasant to have to interact with. Now, don't get me wrong, the heat break looks cool. It makes sense for the size. It really does, but I just don't. It's not that I don't trust it. It's just I don't trust me with the standard heat break. You know, I'm just likely to break it. So there's the heat break, the heat sink, the hot end assembly, the fan, and then I need. Where did I put the bag of screws? Heat bed, print head, heat bed, and yeah. I just don't trust myself with having to do a normal heat break swap. I've done it once to change out a nozzle, and then I just moved to Revo because it's nicer for me with my bumbling fingers. Right, and that's pretty much as far as it goes. Right, next we need M3x20s. Not M3x20. Yeah, M3x20. 1, 2, 3. So let's screw it. Let's just carry on. We've got 20 minutes left. What say you we do? What say you we do? I'm so good at talking. I am frazzled because of the heat. I am. You know the expression of being cooked? I think I am being cooked. Yeah. Words are good. Words are good. Is anybody else excited about the whole prospect of having to Tinkercad the whole thing to be a PrusABlok printer? Or is it just me that's excited about Tinkercadding a PrusABlok printer? Because honestly, I'm looking forward to it because it just seems horrific in the best kind of way. Like the best kind of horrific. The kind where everybody enjoys it, but for the wrong reasons. Like either just because I'm being tortured or something else. How am I supposed to put that in there? Sorry, there's... You want me to do what? Oh, fasten it from the other side. Never mind. You can always go rogue and install solar power, but before they regulate it. No, I'm looking forward to the Tinkercad part. Feels like work. Tinkercad feels like work. I mean, yes, but no. I disagree. Tinkercad is not work. Tinkercad is enjoyable. Screw it from behind. So it is. I'm looking forward to it because it is just fun. But at the same time, I'm really nervous because this is a bigger project. Like, I'm taking somebody else's work and, well, I am customizing it, yes. I am making it my own, yes. But it just seems like there's a lot that can go wrong with this one. And I'm excited, but I'm nervous, like really quite nervous over it. And that's about it. Like, I'm just nervous. Are we allowed to backseat CAD? In what way? Like, correct me, make suggestions? That's why you're here. You're here to correct me. You're my accountability buddies. You're holding me accountable to this. I've invited you to shout at me, to make sure that I am on track with what it is I'm supposed to be doing. To make sure that I'm not messing up too much. Insert the yeah, and tighten with an M3x20. So, yeah, you're here to keep me on track. That's why I like you guys. You shout at me, but you shout at me correctly. You shout at me nicely. Although you don't seem to shout at me when I keep repeating myself. Or if I'm being boring. Which I need you to do. I need you to tell me if I'm boring you. I feel like we need to show up in court if you say it like this. No. Doug, do the thing and the thing. Yes. Thank you, Doug. Oop. So that's now tightened. I wonder what that noise was. I'm kicking a box. Not a bucket, I'm kicking a box. Take the fan. Prepare the fan. Fan is prepared. And the fan spacer. I would if I knew where I put the parts. You're screwing right now. Not boring. Very different technology. Oh. Oh, you Herzl. Herzl. Screwing is based on boring. Or is boring based on screwing? Which way round is it? Which way round is it? Oh, jeez. You. Oh. That's just a good one. That was a good one. I like that. That was that has tickled me more than it should. Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay. Right, I need another M3x20. 20. T, 20, 20. M3x20. Fan thing. M3x20x1. Yeah. Hot end fan. Yeah. Next. Huh? Place the hot end mini fan. Align the holes against each other. And do the thing with the thing. And then use the M3x20. Okay. Okay. Fine. I'll do it your way. Okay. But which way around does the fan go? Fan blades out. Fan blades out. Screw through the hole. Yep. Spacer. Teeth up. Through the hole. Put it on the fan. Don't drop it. That's important. Titan. Not the planet, not the moon, not the satellite, not the chocolate bar. Affix with torsional force. Is it torsional force? Yeah? Is that right? It's torsional force? I don't know. I'm making this up as I go along. Can you tell? Don't answer that. Do answer that. Alright, I've got 10 minutes left. How far are we going to get? Oh, we're going to mount the super pinder. Because I need... Oh, sorry, the Minder holder. The Minder holder looks like a weird thing. Minder holder? Minder holder. Minder holder? Minder holder. Looks like a Minder holder. Eventually, saying Minder holder won't make any sense. Right, you go back. You go back. Nope, I'm going to need that. Next. 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 Minder holder. And then I need M3 by 20. M3 by 12. Nylock nut. Minder holder. Next. Put the nylock nut on the underside. Put it all the way in. So we squeeze it and it hurts. Ow! Where'd the screw spanner thing go? Spanner thing. Squish. Done. Next. Place the Minder holder on the hot end fan. Secure it with the M3 by 12 screw. Make sure the hot end cables are not pinched. Okay. Are you sure? So I guess put you like that. And then put you how? How? What? Like that. Like that. So it goes back here. And then here. So you're expecting me to see under here in some way, shape, or form. To then, you're wanting me to do that? How, what? What? How do I even do that? Okay. Jeez, that's not a polite place to put a screw. So let's see if I can... Let's just put you there gently. And try not to knock the camera too many times, like I keep doing. That is not nice. That is not a nice screw hole. Ah! And I keep knocking you guys. I'm sorry. Okay. So then we don't pinch the wires. And then we put it on there and we secure it in place with an M3 by 12. Sure. I can do that. There we go. The M3 by 12's not biting. Oh, because I got the screws the wrong way around. You didn't correct me. Come on. Brain trust. Why didn't you help me? You know what? The gummy bear points, the gummy bear checkpoints are certainly something that should be listened to. Right. Let's get you back on there, as my hands block up the majority of the camera shot. And then try and get, oh my goodness. Come on. Bite just a tiny bit, please. There we are. And then get the cables back into where they're supposed to be, in this gap here. Come on. Cables back in the gap. Screw in the hole. And then try to fasten it without blocking the camera view. There. Ha ha! Whew. Slide it back to the end, and then in theory you guys can see it properly. Something like that. Maybe. We'll see. Next. Make sure the hot end cables are not pinched. They don't look pinched to me. That's better. Yep. Secure the... Yeah. So I've done that. Find the super pinder. Oh, it's in the box. It's in the box. Here. One super pinder. And then an M3 by 12. That's an M3 by 12. So we take the super pinder, and then we, yes. Screw in the M3 by 12, 2 to 3 threads. We'll tighten it later. Okay. All right. Insert the super pinder into the mini minder holder. Adjust the super pinder position. There should be about 4 to 5 threads below the minder holder. This is temporary position for now. We will set a proper one later on. Okay. Let's just put it about there. And then tighten down the M3 by 12. Herzelknirk. What is this? The power of moderation in my own hands. Yes, because why not? It makes sense because you seem like a sensible person. Congratulations, you've had a promotion. Right, that's done, that's done, that's done. Nice. Cable clip. And an M3 by 20. Cable clip, M3 by 20. Cable clip. And then the thread. Oh, the threads. Sleeves. I can revoke your powers. Do you want them revoking? And then M3 mini fan spacer clip. Yep. Yep. Texture sleeve. There are 2 texture sleeves. Yep. And 3 zip ties next. put the cable clip in the cable clip place. Okay, put the cables in the cable clip. Sure. Okay, I can do that. No, missed. That, and then that. Oh, upside down. Like that. All right. Guide it into the groove and fasten it down. Do the groove. Do the groove. Got the rhythm. Yeah. Don't worry. I will not start singing. That is a subscription benefit. And then we tighten it down. Come on. This is such a long screw. So, are you new around here? If you are, welcome. This is basically watching somebody crash out as they build 3D printers. It's all part of the fun. If you want to be notified and join in more often, feel free to click a button somewhere below that says the word subscribe. There is also a bell icon of some description next to that. If you click that, you'll be notified when I crash out again on the internet for your viewing pleasure. Also around there are buttons that look like thumbs. They do something. This one does something, this one does something else. This one seems to be better than this one. Sure, you click the buttons, but not the ones that look like this. You want the ones that look like this. Maybe. Outside of that, I mean, there are links. There's a button that says see more. Not see more the name, but see more as in use eyes to see more. That's got stuff that takes you to places that you can go to after the fact, like the website that really needs updating to have my Smurf 26 coverage and my visit to 3D Printopia. There is also a Ko-fi where you can help me buy coffee because he works at 3D Jake and I need him here because then he can edit the videos for me and then I don't have to do it. There is also a 3D Jake link where I do get affiliate revenue if you wanted to buy something else instead of buying me coffee and then making me sad. Well said, Cragord. See more butts. Speaking of seeing more, let's see how much more of this we can finish. Oh, I messed up. I was supposed to put the cable sleeve through the hole. That's fine. We can just do the cable routing ahead of time. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh yeah, you can see the Prusa Minis in the background now. So I need to be gone in the next 10 minutes. Quick, now's your time to pepper me with all the questions. This is the 10-minute countdown. See, Craggold's gone to work. I too need to set myself to work. Put the cables in the hole. Put the cable sleeve around the thing. No? Is that how it works? How does this cable thing work? Oh. You've got to start it behind slightly. Start it behind. Put the cable sleeve tool into the thing. And then do the thing with the thing. And then have it fall out because you've got nothing but thumbs. Come on, cables. It did it again. It did it again. No. Why? Why? Why must you do the thing to torture me this way? Just why? It's rude. It's just so rude. It just did the thing. Okay. Well, I guess that's everyone. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Right. Well, consistency. He was promising a crash out and he delivered. Next episode, Doug's tried to build Next episode of Doug tries to build a Prusa Mini. Will Doug figure out how wires work? Will Doug keep talking to himself? All this and more. I am honestly impressed that it crashed twice. So I think it's a heat problem. I'll figure it out. But hey, that's just how it goes. It's just a theory, a PrusABlok theory. And there we go. Ta-da! In the meantime, though, I have got the cable sleeved. So we've gotten somewhere. I now get to wire up the hot end. Which means, once I restore the tabs, we can call it good. Next. Yeah. So we're good. I mean, we're just putting the Bowden tube in, and there we go. That's yeah. I'd say we're done for the hot end, part 1. Which means next week, well, not next week, on Thursday, we will be at the point of the heat bed. You finished building it. Yeah, I think on Thursday. Yeah. I think we might be able to power this up on Thursday. And then next Tuesday is calibration. But in the meantime, I need to work out what's going on with my computer as to why it's now crashed twice. I think it's heat. I think I need a bigger CPU cooler. Because at the moment I've got a low profile. And there we go. You going to wire it to the mains, right? Yeah, directly to the mains. Like skip over the power brick, straight into the mains. Problem solved. Magic smoke everywhere. It's going to be great. But that's Thursday. Thursday is the heat bed and the LCD. Or whatever the next part of the instructions are. And I think we're good. I think we're good. And being good, I think I should call it here so that I can go troubleshoot as to why the computer has crashed twice. Because something is not happy. Something is very much not happy. So I'm going to go figure that out. So thank you, the first 100-volt stepper. I think we're already there. It'll be 240. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in and tolerating this cold smoked Doug coming up in the next episode. Thank you for tolerating the technical issues that have been plaguing this stream today. I think it's heat, because this is the hottest it's been in here while I've been streaming. And that's about it. Work on it, Doug. I will catch you in Discord this week. Thank you. Oh, yes, that's the point. Let me get the link for those of you that are still here. Woo! Good luck, best wishes, and thank you for being a voice in my head. No, Viduko, thank you for being a voice in mine. Yeah. And don't forget to drink something, because drinking is useful. What is going on with the computer today? What is going on? Something. This is ridiculous. Like, what? Why? Why would it do this? Invite server, copy, and then paste. And then everybody can think that I've forgotten to end the stream. But the reality is, I haven't. Bye! Outro. It's an outro. An outro. Something. Outro. That one was pretty catchy, actually.